guys, my name's Adelaide and welcome to Adelaide Stitches. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about cross stitch and sometimes a bit of knitting, but mostly cross stitch. Today it is day 2, so it is Tuesday. It is Thursday, the 2nd of October. Oops. It is nice and early here and I'm here to show you what stitching I got done last night. And I'm really excited. I think my Stitch Witch is looking, I think she's looking lovely. So this is my main project for this month. I would like to finish by stitching on her every day, and this is Stitch Witch by Tiny Modernist. I'll pop a picture of her up. Isn't she just gorgeous? And I gave her some hair last night, so here we are. Yeah, I really like it. I think adding that orange colour, it just added such vibrancy to it. So this is how it looks close up. So this is stitched on 28 count Lugana, the even weave, hand dyed by me. I'm doing it 2/2 with the called for DMC. I have backstitched the moon, which wasn't in the pattern because it wasn't showing up. I'm not sure about it, but we're keeping it at the moment. And last night I did 399 stitches on her, which is good. I'm trying to do at least 370 a day. And that brought me to 1,528 out of 12,274, which is 12.45%. So that was fun, and as you see, it was pretty easy stitching. It was just one colour and I just went till I'd done all her hair. And you can see the outline of her dress, and that's what I'm going to start tonight. I think it's black actually, her collar, and then the dress down. So yeah, I'll do a bit more and start getting her done. I might also see what I've got to fill out up here, because I know I've got the alphabet as well as some witchy symbols, which will be pretty cool. But no, really happy with her. This needle minder, this is from JK's Cross Stitch Supplies, an Australian online needlecraft store. I actually got it at a retreat they ran last year, but she has lots of needle minders, so I will link that below because I was asked. And yeah, Harry Potter fits the theme. So yeah, very pleased and excited to get back to her tonight and keep stitching on her. They're really fun. I love Tiny Modernist designs, and actually this one, I think I said before, only has 5 or 6 colours, so yeah, I'm hoping it's gonna stitch up pretty quick. So what did I get next? The next project I'd spun yesterday on my Halloween project wheel was a mini Witchwood Express, and this is artwork by Lisa Parker. It is by Heaven and Earth Designs, and here we are. This is where I got to. I don't know. Oh, you can see a bit of difference. So I put in yesterday 211 stitches, and I filled in the trains, actually where all that bright bit is, and a few confetti stitches over here, but I don't think you can see it. I really focused on that light colour. I have to admit, I had a bit of, I don't know, dyslexia, I guess. I don't know, I think maybe I was tired. I looked and looked for 3352 because I'm sure that's the colour that it said, and I looked everywhere and there was none in my master set, there was none in my spare set. Finally I went over to my spreadsheet and looked, and the colour didn't exist, and I'm like, rather than doubting me, I'm like, should I email Heaven and Earth Designs? They've got a colour in a chart that doesn't exist. And then finally I went off, I had a drink, I came back to it and it said 3325 which does exist and wasn't my master set. So I got that out and I stitched, and it's quite nice for the, I think this is going to be like almost the light hitting the train there. So yeah, it was nice to do a different colour and fill in a bit up here. And the colour does exist, which is good. I didn't have to email anyone. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, so now I am up to 25,311 stitches out of 85,150, which is 29.73%. So not at 30 yet, but getting there. Now this is stitched 2/1/10 stitch on 28 count, and as you'll see by the stitching I did next, because I had to have a new start because it's October 1st, I think 28 count is the smallest I can go for full coverage. I know, I was thinking about Rose Library. I'll pop a picture of it up. It's a full coverage I started last year and I really liked it, but I did it on 25 count and it was turning out absolutely massive and huge. And I just decided I didn't want two witches that big. Like, I stitched the hand in the middle and I felt like my hand was pretty much the size of the witch's hand. Like, it really was coming out massive. So I cut it up and actually used the fabric for Rose Library for my next piece, or part of it. And I thought, well, maybe I should order 32 count, but I never ordered 32 count because I was worried about it being too small. And I think that's right. I think if I ever go back to stitching Rose Library, I have to do like a crop and work it out, maybe stitch it on 28 instead of 25, because I can't see myself going smaller than this. That is small enough for me. I do like the density of how it looks, 2/1. Maybe on the train it's really nice density. On the cat it's a little bit too dense, but yeah, no, it was good to get this out and get some stitches in. And then, so Rose Library I just showed you is charted by Unconventional X Stitch. And the artwork was by Ivy Dollamore. Now, I decided that I needed a new start because it was the 1st of October and I was having new start buzz, and it did occur to me that having a new start every month for the rest of my life is probably unsustainable whip-wise, but it's my hobby and I'm going to enjoy it at the moment. And actually, it made me think I should tell you about my November plans for my new start, but we'll get to that. So, I started Witchy Kittens. The artwork's by Elizabeth Alba and also charted by Unconventional X Stitch, and it is on part of the fabric from Rose Library. So I'll put a picture up of these absolutely adorable witchy kittens. Oh, it is so cute, and I had lots of fun starting this. So this is on 25 count, 2/1 easy grid. I started in the top left corner with the leaves at the top, and I really enjoyed stitching those greens. As you can see, I do have a few parked threads, and I had this idea that maybe I could stitch it the 10x10 box. So my first 10x10 box is pretty filled in for me, but yeah, I couldn't do it. I have parked a bit, but I really wanted to get that leaf shape. So that's what I did in the end. So I put in 432 stitches, and that is out of 89,700. So it's a lot smaller than Rose Library, because Rose Library was it just over 250,000. So that makes perfect sense starting this one. And I'm currently up to 0.48%. So basically a mini, this one, like my mini Witchwood Express, and that's so close to being finished. But anyway, I had lots of fun. I really enjoyed this. I can't wait for this to be spun again. So it wasn't spun, to be spun on my wheel and to get back and yeah, keep stitching on it, because it was just a joy. So that was my, that was my stitching from last night. And then I also did a little bit of knitting, but it's kind of, I was looking for the words. It's kind of when it's convenient, if that makes sense. So as I've mentioned, I am on school holidays with my kids, and so this kind of is my best friend. This is a drawstring bag, and Elizabeth Ann Stitch did a sewing vlog on it and linked the free pattern that she used to make one. So I had to make one too last week. Isn't it cute? And the best thing ever I did is when I made it, because it's only a few panels, I actually interfaced the bottom two panels, so this one, and that means when we go out and about, it stands up and doesn't sink on itself. And for knitting, that is fantastic. So when we are out and about with the kids, I have at the moment a sock on the go. It is Summer Lee's True Crew sock. It's a new one actually that just came out on Monday, and it has a new kind of heel construction, a strong heel that I've never tried, and instead of slip stitching you do it through increasing and decreasing. So I'm curious to see how that works. So as you see, I've been getting a bit of progress when I'm waiting for them, or they're playing, or you know, doing a workshop at the library, I get out and knit a few rounds. So yeah, that's my other bit of knitting at the moment that I have going on. Okay, let's get my wheel and spin it and see what I'm going to be stitching on tonight. Okay, so I've got my wheel. Let's see what my second project is to stitch on tonight. What have we got? Ooh, Halloween spooky sampler. Okay, it's a Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery one. I'll just get it. Okay, so I'm back and I've got my project. So I spun the Halloween Spooky Sampler by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I'll pop a picture of it up, and this was one I started last year in my 31 days of Halloween stitching. So it is definitely time for it to get some love. It was spun a few times last October, and this is how far I got. Isn't it cute? It is adorable. Now I was able to get this into markup, and it currently says I'm at 395 stitches out of 6,504, which is 6.07%. I'm so surprised because I really thought I was further along, but it does have quite a hefty lace border around it, so maybe that's why. I'm actually not sure I'll do the lace border, but I'm just going to keep concentrating on the blocks and yeah, see where I get to. This is on 14 count Aida, hand dyed by me, and I'm using the called for DMC, so it's 2/1. But oh, I just love it. I love how the colours look on this pretty Aida. Oh yeah, really excited to get to this tonight. So I will stitch Witch, stitch, and then I will get to my Halloween spooky sampler. We'll see, maybe if I've got time I'll try and get back in a bit more on Witchy Kittens, because that was so fun and I really like that leaf filled in. But yeah, so now two things I wanted to talk about. First, I mentioned my November new start. Now I have had this in my head pretty much since I've got it that I'm going to start this November 1st, but I don't think I've actually told anyone. So let's fix that. I received this beautiful pattern from Stitching is My Happy Place, Marie. That's her handle on Instagram. I will link it below. Thank you so much, Marie. I just love this pattern. I know it has been a popular pattern, and Marie has a picture of hers finished on Instagram, and it just looks so happy and bright and beautiful, and I thought I definitely want to stitch that. So I'm planning to start this November 1st because I did say I wanted to focus on nature in November, so flowers. Plus I haven't really done any spring stitching, and oh sorry, something else fell down. I haven't really done any spring stitching, and this definitely fills the bill. So just letting you know, if you're interested on joining in with me, that is my plan for November 1st. And then the other thing is the Divine Beast Part 3 came out. So I'll pop a picture of it up. It is, well, as my husband said when he saw it, a sea serpent, which I'm not a big snake person, I will admit. We have snakes here, like, luckily not browns. Browns more prefer grass, and where we are we have a lot of rock, and we have a pond with water, and so we have red belly black snakes, and we have diamond pythons. Yeah, the two. So not the biggest fan of them, but I will stitch this one for yeah. For my son, because he loves his Greek mythology, and I haven't shown you where my Divine Beast is up to. So I didn't get part 2 finished last month, but I did get some progress. So this is how it's looking. Oh, it looks really good, doesn't it? And I have put my new piece into Pattern Keeper. Sorry, just getting my notes. Put my new piece into Pattern Keeper, my new part, so I know where I'm up to. And I was excited because the total is now 10,731 stitches. That is all of it, part 2, part 3, and the frame. And I am at 5,409, which is 50.41%. I'm like, I'm over halfway. So I'm hoping, as you know, to get this finished by December 10th. I think that will happen. I just need to give it some love, don't I? This is stitched on 32 count Cloudy Moon. It is a beautiful fabric, a 32 Opal Lugana, sorry, by Paddock Designs. Isn't it gorgeous? And I've used the cord for DMC, so it's 2/2. So part 3 is out. I really should get a plan on how I'm going to tackle it, but hey, I've got November, I've got 10 days in December, I frame it myself, it'll work out. I have faith. We will see. But yeah, so I was excited that that is fully out now. So, and it's good to have the whole file in Pattern Keeper. I really enjoy having whole files in Pattern Keeper. I should learn from that and avoid sales, but I never do. Okay, so I think, yeah, we've spun everything. I think that is it for me today. Thank you so much for your lovely comments yesterday. I had a quick look before I came on to film this video, and that was so nice of you. The flowers were beautiful, but I want to clear up that wasn't actually my house and my yard. Beautiful. It is my uncle's, and actually the house was built by my great-great-grandparents, so I guess it is in the family. He lives further up the mountains than us, and we go up and visit, and the garden was so beautiful. I just had to take some shots, and yeah, I thought it'd be nice to share with you. A lot of people come up to the mountains for the garden festivals. Actually, the Lura Gardens Festival is this weekend and next weekend, so it's kind of prime time for all the beautiful azaleas and rhododendrons and blossom trees coming out. So yeah. I do have a garden. I'm guessing I'll share it sometime, but it is a lot wilder. We are on a slope. A slope, that's kind of generous. We're on a very steep block, and our house is built right at the back of it. So to get to my house, you have to kind of meander along this path and go up about 35 steps. Quite sizable steps, and that is why we have a view at the top, because you have to kind of do all that work to get up to the house. So it is nice, there is a reward, but yes, thank you so much. I will pass on the kind things you said about the house to my uncle. He will be stoked because he loves it, and my granny and great aunt tended to that garden, and they're great. Well, my great grandmother planted all of the azaleas, so yeah, that's really nice. And fun fact, my husband and I actually got married there, so yeah, it is a special place for us, and we really do appreciate it. Okay, well, thanks everyone for all the comments, the likes, subscribes. Thank you to my wonderful members. I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I will see you for a stitching update tomorrow. I am going to put in some extra footage again since we're on school holidays and out and about. We went to the Hawkesbury Heights lookout yesterday, which is towards the bottom of the mountains but looks out over the Penrith Lakes, which is the start of Sydney. So I thought that was really interesting. And then we went down to Yarramundi Beach, which it is an inland river beach. So yeah, I was amazed to see so much sand so close to us. If we wanted to get to a proper beach, it's at least an hour and a half drive, maybe 2 hours. Yeah, so yeah, it was exciting for the kids to see that all there, because the big river down the bottom of our mountains is called the Nepean River. So yeah, just local geography information. Anyway, I hope everyone is having a great day too, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.
They look strong. Hazardous for boats coming in shore, they could crash.